there, lovely souls. Welcome to Soul Level Presence from the Ethers. I'm Eli Matthews, your guide through deep conversations and soul-searching revelations. Today, we're delving into a heavy but incredibly important topic, the invisible wounds that never seem to fully heal. We're shining a light on a kind of abuse that leaves no bruises, but scars the heart and soul in ways most can hardly fathom. As we journey through this episode, if emotions rise up within you, know this: you are not alone. I'm right here with you. This space is a safe haven for your feelings. Remember, you're not broken, you're waking up. So let's embark on this exploration together. I always thought abuse was something that left visible marks on the body. I never realized it could be so much more than just physical, until one day it hit me. I had been living through emotional and spiritual abuse. It was a moment of raw awakening, a sudden understanding that I had been controlled without ever being hit. It didn't feel like chains around my body. It felt like an outside force holding me back, a suffocating grip, like someone was physically restraining my spirit. There were no bruises, but there were chains. Chains that no one else could see, but that I felt every single day. It shook me to my core. And honestly, it's something I'm still working to come to terms with. Emotional abuse breaks your heart. Mental abuse breaks your mind. It's important to recognize that emotional abuse and mental abuse often go hand in hand. Emotional abuse cuts into your heart, making you feel unworthy, unwanted, unsafe. Mental abuse cuts into your mind, twisting your memories, confusing your reality, making you doubt your own sanity. Words can cut deeper than fists, and the wounds they leave are invisible, but they are just as real and just as devastating. Emotional abuse is like a slow, invisible poison. It seeps into your heart, making you question your feelings, dulling your instincts, and convincing you that your emotions are wrong or too much. Mental abuse strikes at your mind, twisting your memories, confusing your reality, making you doubt the truth right in front of you. It's when someone tells you that things you know happened didn't. When they rewrite history until you can't trust even your own thoughts. Together, emotional and mental abuse chip away at you, not all at once, but piece by piece, until one day you realize you're walking on eggshells inside your own soul, afraid to think, to feel, to simply be. And then there's the isolation, not the kind where someone locks you in a room, but the kind where you slowly lose connection to your friends, your family, anyone who could shine a light and tell you the truth you're starting to forget. Spiritual abuse goes even deeper, weaponizing your faith, your morals, your sacred beliefs against you. It sounds like God says you can't leave me, or a good person would forgive and stay. It twists what is holy into shackles you can't easily break. It's a brutal reality check. Sometimes the most dangerous people in your life are the ones who never raise their voice, but silently erase your soul, thought by thought, feeling by feeling, until you almost disappear. The scars left by emotional, mental, and spiritual abuse may be invisible to the world, but they run deep. And even if they never fully heal, you can rise stronger, wiser, and freer than you ever imagined. So you might be listening to this right now and wondering if any of these signs are quietly showing up in your life. Maybe you find yourself doubting your own memory, wondering if things really happened the way you remember. Maybe you feel guilty for things you know, deep down, you didn't do. It's like feeling trapped inside an invisible cage, but not being able to explain why. And if the thought of disappointing someone fills you with overwhelming fear, you are not alone. There's also that sneaky voice whispering inside, telling you maybe you're the problem, telling you that if you just tried harder, none of this would be happening. If any of this sounds familiar, I want you to know, it's not your imagination. Trust that feeling inside you. It's there for a reason. It's your soul's way of trying to survive. You're not being paranoid. You're not being dramatic. you're recognizing the truth. And the more you trust yourself, the closer you get to freedom. Healing from invisible scars isn't easy, is it? You might find yourself doubting your own judgment, second-guessing every decision, living in a state of hypervigilance, like you're always bracing for the next shoe to drop. It's exhausting, isn't it? And then there's the endless people-pleasing, trying to avoid any hint of disapproval or conflict, stuck in a loop of seeking validation just to avoid the invisible punishment you learn to fear. And to add insult to injury, the world around you often doesn't even recognize the battles you fought, the invisible wars you carry inside. It's no wonder that healing from these wounds can take even longer than healing from physical ones. Because you're grappling with injuries no one can see, but that wreck your mind, your heart, and your spirit. But here's the thing, just because the scars aren't visible doesn't mean they aren't real. It doesn't mean they aren't painful. And it sure as hell doesn't make your journey to healing any less significant. If you're living with these invisible scars, know this: you are not alone. You have every right to heal at your own pace, to prioritize your well-being, to recognize the strength it takes just to get out of bed some days. And the most important thing, you chose to face it. You chose to heal. That is the kind of courage most people never find. You are a warrior in a world that never saw the war. When it comes to healing from the invisible wounds of abuse, one of the most significant battlegrounds is self-esteem and identity. For many survivors, the psychological and emotional toll of abuse erodes their sense of self-worth, leaving them with a distorted image of who they are and what they deserve. It becomes a constant battle inside yourself, trying to make sense of who you are, trying to remember that you are worthy, while carrying the echoes of someone else's lies. Abusers use manipulation and gaslighting to chip away at your foundation, undermining your confidence, your intuition, your very sense of reality. Over time, that slow poison seeps into every part of your being, clouding how you see yourself, how you believe the world sees you. But here's the truth they never wanted you to find. You can rebuild. You can reclaim yourself. Rebuilding self-esteem and reclaiming your identity is a crucial part of the healing journey. It's about rediscovering your worth, finding the strength to stand tall again, even when the past tries to pull you down. Healing often means reaching for support, whether through professional help, self-care practices, creative expression, movement, or simply surrounding yourself with people who see you clearly and remind you of the light that's always been inside you. It's about finding what makes your soul feel alive again and letting that joy be the medicine. Ultimately, it's a journey of self-discovery, self-forgiveness, and self-compassion. Your worth is not defined by the scars of your past. Your worth is defined by the strength it takes to rise, to heal, and to live, fully and freely. So now that we've acknowledged the depth of these invisible wounds, let's talk about how to start healing. The first step in this journey is to rebuild trust with yourself. I know it might not feel easy, but trust starts in the small, quiet moments. Maybe it's choosing what you want to eat for breakfast. Maybe it's taking a different route to work. Maybe it's simply letting yourself say no without apologizing. Building trust with yourself happens one small decision at a time, and every small decision is a piece of your freedom. Another crucial step is to break the silence, even if it's just with yourself in a journal. Giving voice to your experiences, even if only on paper, can be the first breath of life you give back to yourself. And remember, awareness is the first step to freedom. Simply recognizing the impact that past abuse has had on your life is a massive, courageous leap forward. Give yourself credit for waking up. Give yourself grace for the days when healing feels slow. You are doing sacred work. If you can, find spaces like this one, places where you can be seen without judgment, where your truth isn't minimized, where your scars are honored as proof of your strength. Whether that space is a community, a therapist, a trusted friend, or even just your own soul speaking back to you in the mirror, know that you are not alone. You never were, and you never will be. Healing from invisible wounds takes time, and it often takes the support of those who truly understand. If you, or someone you love, is walking this path, know this: you don't have to do it alone. First and foremost, consider reaching out to a therapist or counselor who specializes in trauma and its lingering effects. They can offer a safe space where your story isn't minimized and where your healing can unfold at your own pace. It's also worth exploring support groups or online communities where survivors share their experiences. Connecting with others who have lived it, who get it, can offer validation, solidarity, and real strength. Beyond formal support, self-expression is a powerful healing tool. Whether it's journaling, creating art, practicing mindfulness, or movement, finding a way to give voice to your emotions can be deeply therapeutic. And don't underestimate the power of genuine connection with even one or two people who truly see you and stand beside you. A loyal friend, a kind soul, a safe voice in the darkness. I say this from my own experience because, truthfully, it's something I didn't have, and I know the weight of walking it alone. That's why I created spaces like this, so you don't have to. Remember, finding the right support and community is a personal journey. Be patient with yourself. Be kind with yourself. You deserve healing. You deserve to be held, even if right now you're learning to hold yourself first. I've been receiving some incredibly powerful listener stories and shared experiences, and I want to honor a few of them here with you. One individual shared how they struggled for years to come to terms with the emotional abuse they endured, even though there were no physical bruises to prove their pain. It's a story that echoes through so many of us, a raw testament to the strength and resilience survivors carry in silence. Another listener shared their journey to healing and how they finally found the courage to speak up, seek help, and start reclaiming their life. These stories remind us, you are not alone. You are walking a road many others have walked before you, and many others are walking with you right now, even if you can't always see them. There is hope. There is healing. And every voice that rises makes it easier for the next survivor to rise too. So keep sharing your stories. They are light in someone else's darkness. They are proof that survival is possible and that healing is real. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being open, honest, and courageous enough to speak your truth. As we come to the end of this episode, I want to leave you with these final thoughts. You don't need proof to justify your pain. You don't need visible scars to validate your survival. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your healing. Your soul remembers what they tried to erase, and today you reclaim it. Thank you for being brave enough to listen. Thank you for being willing to explore these difficult, important truths with me. If you found value in this episode, I encourage you to share it, because you never know who might be silently struggling, waiting for someone to say, I see you. Until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and remember, you are stronger than you know. Goodbye for now.